Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Before you, you see the binary choice for South Africa. More corruption and elite enrichment for the ANC, or real opportunities for all in this country. And empowerment policies based on poverty, not on race. We can measure poverty, so we don't need race as a proxy. We can design our policies to help the poor up the ladder, not re-enrich an already obscenely enriched elite. And that is the choice facing South Africa, and we hope more and more people will make the choice that puts South Africa on the path to economic prosperity. Now, politics is a long game. And you're lucky if you've been around enough to see your ideas and your policies land in the public mind. The DA actually designed our policy that is summarized on the billboard behind me in the 1990s, when the ANC first conceptualized BEE and cadre deployment as their official policy. And at the time, I remember it absolutely clearly because it was the C's in a row. We said cadre deployment would lead to the corrupt and criminal state. We were understating it. Cadre deployment will lead to the corrupt and criminal state. And of course, everybody at the time called us racists. Why not? What else is there to say? They said we were against this because we didn't want black people to succeed. And we said, this is complete nonsense, and you will see over time what happens. And what happened? Criminality and corruption became entrenched and endemic to the point where the corruption is the system in many spheres of government. It's not disrupting the system, it is the system. And if anybody tries to disrupt the corruption, like Thomas and Marie Klutter, like Babito Deokaran, like Boa van Niekerk, they get killed because the edifice of the state, which is the edifice of a party that is a criminal syndicate, cannot be threatened. I've been completely shocked in scratching the surface of Johannesburg to see just how much corruption is the system. And at the time we said this will lead to the corrupt and captured criminal state. And that's exactly what happened. And when Jacob Zuma used to say, I did nothing wrong, I was just applying ANC policy and BBBEE, he was quite right. His capture of the state, his abuse of state institutions, and the application of the policy that has impoverished South Africa is ANC policy. And Jacob Zuma was quite right. Why are you picking on me? Everyone is doing it. Now, of course, that's no excuse in law. But like Jacob Zuma, many, many more people must have their day in court. And the progress of the National Prosecuting Authority on this issue has been a desperate disappointment to all South Africans. BBBEE and state capture have resulted in massive impoverishment for the majority of South Africans. Why? Because the only chance you have of getting a job is if the economy grows. And if there's been corruption in the municipalities, as we've seen, and the money has been stolen, and you don't get water, electricity, refuse removal, sewerage, and all of those services, no one is going to invest. That's why we've seen a mass exodus from many parts of the country to areas that are governed by the DA. And there you see how unemployment comes down. Because when people who have an idea and want to invest see a city and a town that works, their money goes into investing there. In Midvaal, in this province, where the DA has been in power since the beginning, the ANC never ruled Midvaal, unemployment is in single figures. That shows you how DA policy leads to economic growth and job creation. And that is the critical thing you have to learn. In Cape Town, unemployment is 10 percentage points lower than the rest of the country. Why? Because the DA gets value for money, all of the systems work, people invest, the economy grows, and voila, jobs for many, many more people. And that is the choice facing South Africa. It is a choice that people must make now because we are running out of time. This is Joburg's last chance. And it is the last chance in this election for many municipalities and metros. So we are unveiling this billboard today as the culmination of a policy that we formulated in the late 1990s and has now landed on the desk of Parliament in the form of a bill that we would like to make law. And that is the progression, and that shows you why it is worth fighting and continuing to fight and fight, because your radical ideas of 30 years ago become mainstream now. And there's been a big shift, because previously we would have been called, and we were called, racist for this crucial empowerment policy of ours. Today, more and more people say this is the way to go. This is the right way to go to beat poverty and to increase opportunities and to build job creation. And so we will continue this fight for South Africa for as long as it takes, because we believe that the poor need to be empowered and have job opportunities, and we believe that South Africa can be a model plural democracy for the rest of the world. But time is running out. Lixesha ngoku, the time is now, and we have to make absolutely sure that more and more South Africans realize that their choice in this election is make or break for our country. Thank you very much.